what's Missin Curfew. It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
The lads.
Up, dog, my man. How we doing, fella?
Oh, it's a good day today. It's a good day. It's Tuesday. It's nice to be back in the studio with you, but unlike other Tuesdays, my Edmonton Oilers found a way to get through Game 7, fella.
Wow, yeah, Game 7. Let's start right there then. Well, let's start right there with Game 7. I had a bad feeling heading in after the Besser. I don't even. What's a blood clot, by the way? What is a blood clot?
It's a very unfortunate situation. Call it what it is. That's an injury that's unpreventable. I think it just pops up.
You can die, right?
I look back at my playing days. I dealt with 3 situations where someone on our team, really great players, came down with unfortunate blood clots, and one being Thomas Vokoun. In a year that we were a great team in Nashville, he was forced to be out about 6 months. Another one was Thomas Fleischman when we were in Florida, who was a big reason why we were in the spot we were. Make playoffs, we lose in 7 games in the first round in New Jersey. And then a very unfortunate one was Kimmo Timonen when we went into the conference finals against Pittsburgh, and Loops was on our team. We talked about this last night, but Kimmo was our best D-man, and all of a sudden you're just told, like, hey, this guy's not going to be able to go tonight. He's got a blood clot in his leg, and you're absolutely screwed. So, yeah, and our boy Freddie Anderson last year had blood clots. I mean, it's a real thing. Call it what it is. It's something that happens, and you gotta treat it, or it's life threatening.
Yeah. Sorry, we just got a text from one of our caddies tomorrow being like, "Hey, who's caddying, me or Joe?" I said, "We need both of you. We got 6 guys. Joe. We got Dana and Joe.
I like Dana.
Joe Duty, his name is. You know Joe Duty at all? He's supposed to be good caddy. Beacher's in Hawaii.
He is
having sex and laying in the beach. So
good for him.
He could
lay in the wood.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an unfortunate situation. I think they came out flat and nervous. And shout out to fucking the Latvian superstar now, Shilov, who, by the way, won MVP at the World Championships last year. So this kid is like, by the way, this World Championship tournament, it's just shit. But I watch it. It's awful. It's awful hockey, though. What are those guys doing over there? Like,
I'll tell you what I was doing when I was there. I was boozing.
Yeah.
I was getting after it.
Yeah.
And we were going out and crushing guys. I loved it. We lost to Russia in the final, but I thought it was a great tournament back then.
Yeah. It's just, to me, like, too long, no?
It's fucking great, man. It's Europe.
Maybe I'm just bitter because I never got invited.
No,
but it's tough.
It's a tough tournament.
It's tough to watch, man.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, which games highlights?
I haven't watched any of them. I watched USA this morning play Latvia for a little bit. It was awful.
Yeah, so Latvia won the bronze last year, which is why your boy
Shilov was the MVP of the whole tournament.
Yeah, because he just stole the show.
Yeah.
Stole the show. I mean, what world are we living in where Latvia becomes a top, 3 country at the World Championships?
I tried to go play over there in Riga in the KHL. Their team was terrible.
Hazy was mixing it up this morning.
Kevin Hayes?
Yeah, oh yeah. He was mixing it up with the Latvian boys.
What do you mean? Like
fighting him? Way to get him, bud.
Yeah, it was just a little like scrum. He got a little penalty. The World Championships, they call everything, but
yeah, I don't have DirecTV, so I don't get the fucking NHL network.
You don't? Hey,
nor do I want.
By the way, you're not missing much on
nor do I want.
You're not missing much on.
Sorry, guys.
After they let her go,
your station hasn't been exactly perfect, but that's where they're aired, right? These World Championship games.
After they let Jackie Redmond go, I mean,
yeah.
Shout out to EJ Reddick though. EJ always chimes in and stuff. I like EJ. I like Ken Danico. I like Rupper.
Yeah,
you got some good pieces there. So this Shilov kid, he had it in him, but for me, like as the series went on, the playoffs went on, he's good in tight, eh? In tight, they couldn't beat him. And Hyman was in there. God, I'd like to cross-check Zach Hyman. Just one time I'd like to cross-check him. Probably take a penalty. He scored on the power play, but that's neither here nor there. But he's good and low. But as the series went on, and we're going to get to your boy Evan Bouchard and get this guy Labatt Blue, the point shots started beating him from long distance, and I think he's undersized. When Hyman's in front of the net, you saw it last night, Hyman tipped the second goal. But, like, to me, his lack of size, I think, is going to be maybe the difference of him being a legit number 1 goaltender in this league. Like, that doesn't go in on Thatcher Demko.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No.
But, and Skinner, just to shift gears, Skinner was so big and swallowed everything last night. And thank God, he just keep your eyes open.
Fuck, the first
let
score
it hit you.
The first scoring chance they got, Garland went in there, snapped it by him. Like I was
Just
like, that
missed
was
it.
the first scoring chance I think they've had all fucking game.
Yeah, but
No, they had a chance in the first, the Russian.
Mikheyev. But no, Garland went into the first and just missed the far post with a shot. I mean, it
played great.
Yeah, Garland played great. But just to back on Slios, I fucked this kid.
She lost.
Sheloffs.
Now you got me saying she lost. She lost.
So
I butchered it forever.
It's his competitive side that will allow him. He's going to get a starting job. He will. There's no one can step in against the Edmonton Oilers and play that good and not get a look. Yeah, I understand he's going to be the backup here for how long, who knows, but he's young. He's got a great head on his shoulders. This is only experience that will treat him well going forward. And I just think his brand went up big time.
Dude, imagine the experience you just got in those 2 rounds. That's like I always said, a playoff series to me, it's like 100 games experience in the NHL. Maybe that's too many, but I always thought my first playoff series in Tampa, I learned so much. And then winning my first playoff series with the Canucks when we beat the Blues, you learn so much. And then you lose and then you learn. Like the playoffs,
I know.
You learn so much, man.
Watching it last night too, I'm thinking, McDavid's got 97 career playoff points. We watched Draisaitl the other night get 100. These guys, they understand that it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season, right?
Yeah.
You have this opportunity with this fresh sheet come playoff time when the puck drops. This is now when your memories, when you can etch your moment in history in stone. And it's just an incredible platform day in, day out at the highest level where all the eyes are on you. And, this Game 7 and just, witnessing a Game 7 again was just special in Canada, Western Canada. I mean, I hope the city didn't burn down last night. We know Vancouver and how their fans are when.
Nah, those aren't the real Canucks fans.
I know, but
those are people just looking for a reason.
Idiots.
They don't care. That's not the real fans. We met the real Canucks fans.
Totally.
Those guys are fucking idiots from Berube and wherever the hell they live, and they're just looking for a reason to come in. Yeah. They're not real.
But I guess what I meant is like a Game 7, just to have McDavid, Draisaitl, Hughes, Miller, all had a chance to, make names for themselves. I know the game didn't go as well as it did for you as it did for me.
Well, you can't. It doesn't matter what way you came out on it. That's not going to go down as a classic Game 7.
No,
that was a terrible hockey game.
Well, the Oilers just absolutely beat them down. The
Oilers dominated.
They dominated.
Yeah.
The goalie, if the goalie does, it's 4 or 5-0 in the first period.
Yeah. No, the Canucks came out flat.
The game's really shitty if it's 4 or 5-0. But at least
the game was pretty shitty.
The game was a shitty game. Yeah. I said to Lupo watching the game, I'm like, I remember Game 7 for me. The latest one I was in was the Chicago-St. Louis series. We played them at home. We were running through walls. The crowd was on their feet the whole game. And by the way, Vancouver are great fans and great building that we witnessed, right? But I don't think
you're welcome back there anymore.
It was dead in there. Was it not dead in there?
I think you're
Did
welcome
the fans
back.
do anything last night to pick their team up in the first period when they were getting their asses kicked?
It's tough to pick them up when they're playing that bad. What are you supposed to cheer about?
Okay, but then it falls on the players. Like, who doesn't want to run through a wall in Game 7?
I would say this about Game 7s. First of all, I would say if you would ask me before the game started if 97-29 weren't going to score a goal, if the Canucks would have won, I would have said, yeah, they would have.
Yeah.
Right? And as much as we bagged on everybody for the depth guys of the Oilers, and by the way, I said on this podcast 2 weeks ago, put Sam Carrick in the lineup.
Yeah.
It's been unbelievable. I wouldn't take Corey Perry out. I think they're going to need pairs against Dallas. I would take Derek Ryan out of the lineup, and I'd put Sam Carrick on the middle with pairs on his fourth line. I don't know why this Derek Ryan is automatically in the fucking lineup. I don't get it. Like, he's small, and I don't get why he's like
PK. He plays PK and Pears doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Dylan Holloway, what he did in Game 6, stepped up. Biggest goal of his career, stepped in, made it 1-0 in the game.
Yeah.
And then he's playing along Leon and Kane. What a powerful second line now. That's a huge difference. That, to me, is the difference, is moving him into that spot to give them some balance on their first two lines so you don't wear out Connor and Leon together. They now have a fighting chance moving forward, I think. Now that this kid's got a little bit of courage.
Just to finish my thought on the Game 7 too, like, I never played one in the NHL. I played one in the American League. But like, sitting there as an ex-player, as a fan now watching it, like, got to play on your toes, man. Why would you come out and be like nervous and not like, you don't want to make a mistake, but if I'm before the game, I'm like, boys, let's go. You make a mistake, fuck it. Let's go out there and play our guts out. balls to the wall, leave it all out there, and if we lose, we lose. But like, don't just come out and like. I mean, Myers ices it.
I know.
That guy might want to try playing left-handed. I mean, his abilities to stick handle throughout the course of the playoffs. I'm like, geez, I know he's 6'7", but that icing play had nothing but time. Just hold it. You could go D to D to your partner, whatever. Ices it. They lose the draw. D to D. CC hits someone's pants. 1-0. I'm like, you cannot fucking ice the puck there. Make a play.
Yeah.
So to me, I was just shocked. I was shocked about my boy JT Miller too. I don't know if finally, fatigue caught up to him, but I thought he was going to have his best game of the playoffs, and he had his worst game. And I'm not blaming JT
You're
Miller.
the biggest fan.
I love the guy. And Pettersson, fella, when you get back to Sweden and you're on the lake, wherever you live in Stockholm, with your nice tailored clothes and your nice little nut huggers that I'm sure he wears on the lake, look yourself in the mirror a bit. It's just like, come on, fella. And he was trying. I'm not saying he wasn't trying. He was trying.
You saw efforts.
He was trying, but like, not good enough, man. And just like, you talk about confidence up, dog. He's just like losing the puck and shit. I'm like,
yeah. No, and like he kind of plays.
would have done that back.
Yeah, I know. Kind of plays that are unnecessary. Like just shoot the puck. It all comes down to, look at the goals Edmonton scored. They were shots from the point,
shots.
Some screens.
Goddamn point shots.
And I mean, it worked for Van in, I think, Game 5, right? They won Game 5. They won.
That was the best game they played on the series.
It's playoff hockey. It's all about fucking battles in front of the net, not taking penalties. And I think the refs stepped aside last night. And that's why I was shocked that these players weren't going through the wall for each other to start the game off, because the refs put the whistles away. And I'm like, if there's no power plays in this game, why don't the fucking guys go? There was only one penalty call.
By the way,
first, it was a high stick late.
That was a fucking. You want to talk about sucking the? You want to know why they weren't cheering in Vancouver? That 4-minute power play sucked the life out of the building, sucked the life out of me sitting on my couch. And the Canucks power play finished 1 for 22 or 1 for 28 at home.
Whole playoffs at home. That's
can't wait for. I mean, you can't.
I know, but that was still 16 minutes into the game. I'm like, where are these guys? Well, where's the guy stepping up? And that Garland, by the way, let's just talk about him. He, to me, was someone, I mean, if I'm a coach, if I'm a guy like the Toronto Maple Leafs or something, I need a fucking player that's going to step in this lineup and play way bigger than he actually is and have him, like, lead the fight. Connor Garland just stepped up this playoffs, did it every game. He was noticeable.
Neck guard and all.
Whatever.
Neck guard and all. He's doing
neck guard and all. Fuck it.
Neck guard and all.
Listen, shoots the puck well, fights for pucks. To me, he gets under the other team's skin. He would piss me off if I'm on the other team. Like he looks like a little rat.
You'd take a penalty on him, wouldn't you?
For sure. But like he just follow that guy. Follow.
Put his nutsack in a few other guys.
I know.
Put his nutsack in there.
Probably got a little size medium jaw.
Fuck it. Only 2 Canadians on the whole Canucks team, eh?
Really?
Yeah, a lot of American-born players.
Myers, and then who else?
Fuck if I know. They got two. No, he's from Massachusetts.
What about the big boy there? Big left, the big
Dakota Joshua.
Yeah,
I don't know. He might be Canadian, but they got all like 8 American players: Hughes, Miller, Garland, Besser.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Thatcher Demko.
Maybe they just don't think the Canadians can handle it.
I'll tell you what. I do think it's going to be a better series with the Oilers and Stars, and it frees me up to just absolutely hammer the Stars now too, right? Because if the Canucks would have won, I would have had to bet the Canucks again. Yeah. This frees me up to go ham time on the Stars. But I don't think the Canucks could have beat Dallas without Brock Besser. No. But I have heard multiple sources in Vancouver saying Demko was ready to rock.
For next round.
He was ready for Game 7 if Talks wanted to go to him. Yeah. Talks obviously didn't. But, I mean, if you could have got Demko back and Besser's healthy, if your aunt had nuts, she'd be your uncle, Up Dog. That's what I'm saying. But congratulations, Up Dog. I know you'll be up in Edmonton having a good time. Oilers fans, love you boys. Fucking get the beers flowing. Have a time. Western Conference Finals coming back to Edmonton. Up Dog tonight. You're dressed like him. You look like Eddie Vedder. Pearl Jam at the Forum.
Let's go.
Forum Club. Going up in the Sprinter. We got all the OG boys. PJ, Stu Cat, Pico, Joe D, Up Dog, Loops, Obes, fella, can't wait. I hope he starts with Release. I just hope.
That's your too.
I hope he starts with it. Last time I was at the Forum, he started with Release, fella.
It's going to be amazing, but how long has it been since?
I'm taking a weed gun.
We saw what, two years ago we saw Pearl Jam at the Forum?
Yeah, I think so, man.
And Davies was there. That was a great show from the same seats. By the way, we get some rocking seats there. Thanks, PJ. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, MSG.
Yeah, it's going to be epic.
Is it MSG that hooks?
MSG owns it, yeah. Yeah, I got his name from the forum. He's a good guy.
Speaking of MSG, have you watched this? Fucking Lundqvist is everywhere, by the way. Have you watched this new Netflix thing yet?
I haven't yet. Open Heart.
I watched the trailer. It looks
Yeah.
cool.
Definitely.
It's great. You should see the trailer. We should just do a thing of like the evolution of Henrik's hair. You know, remember back when we played like our suits and the hairstyle back then was like you spike it up or whatever, right? Like you should see his hair. It was always sick, but to where it is now, it's like, wow, the evolution of Hank's hair and suits has come with time as well.
His wallet.
Oh,
I bet you it's probably, it's all.
Unbelievable. Hey?
It only gets better. It's like Tom Brady.
Brady.
Right?
Brady
He's got it all.
$35 million just to go and do one football game a week in Fox. Just $35 million this year.
Is he going to be any good at it?
Time will I mean, you know as well as anything. It's about reps, right? He won't be great right off the get go.
And I know he's not as good as
Gordon Gekko.
What's his name is great.
Who you like? Tony Romo?
No, Olsen.
Olsen, he is good. The
He's
big
good.
tight end.
I like Romo too, by the way.
Yeah, Romo's
going
okay.
to start to do. He's doing the U.S. Open for golf this year.
What?
Yeah.
I say bring back Johnny Miller for the U.S. Open. Johnny Miller, everything was pressure. Anytime in a bad shot, that's pressure. He is pressure.
It is pressure.
It is.
What do you know about pressure?
I mean, listen, I went from slashing it in the fucking Cravens for you to shooting 76, 79.
I know.
How can man, it's just embarrassing. But Updog, I'm looking forward to Pro Jam with you.
It's gonna be great.
Leads us into our PGA Championship recap presented by Adidas Golf. Listen, man, Valhalla played easy.
Pitch and play.
Man, crazy, dude.
Yeah, is this the last time they're ever going to play it there? The guys they chewed it up that bad. I mean, beautiful place, though.
Yeah, it's just, I tried to get into it. I mean, Saturday, I watched it for 8 hours straight on my couch.
Wow.
I watched the whole, from the first tee shot to the last putt.
Saturday.
And I just couldn't get into it. I don't know if, my guys weren't there. Rory's putter went cold. Koepka played like shit. JT there teased me for a little bit. I finally got worked in PGA. I got smoked. Lost all 4 bets I had. But Alexander, listen, played great. That putt he made on 18 was just lip-in central. What a trophy, though. It'd be fun to go out and party with that trophy.
Yeah.
You know, Wanamaker. Big old, that'd be fun to party with.
Who's the Wanamaker anyway?
Some old
Must have
fucking
been a
golf
good guy.
club guy.
Just a booze bag.
Yeah.
I ended up taking, I took Xander. I took him over Colin Morikawa, and the line was plus 180 to win.
Scheffler was, Alexander was an underdog against Morikawa?
No, they were just to win the tournament they were still given plus odds because of there was 6 or 7 guys within a shot, right? Yeah. And then what I did do, Bryson DeChambeau, I had him to beat Theegala.
Oh wow, good bet.
And I also had Bryson DeChambeau 200 at a 200 to win, 2,600 to win going to the last day. Yeah,
fuck, he almost did it.
He almost did it.
That 8-iron he hit on 16.
Yeah,
210-yard 8-iron, crispy rice, spicy tuna. Wow. Towering. The goddamn thing was up there for him. I'm like, is that ever going to come down? Or while I'm watching, I'm like, is that ever going to come down?
What's crazy to me is these guys, the putting under this pressure. The putting is just, what do they just line up?
What do you know about pressure?
But what do they just line up the ball with 8-footers and they just can them all the time.
They practice. That's like you getting the puck on the wall
and just making crispy.
And just you can handle it. You did it your whole life. They practice putting. By the way, practice putting. I know why Tiger Woods has a bad back. I practiced putt for like 10 minutes before the Cravens. Back was jammed.
Yeah.
That's what they live for.
They live for
They want to just pour that baby in.
I live for just drinking a nice tequila soda, and a ginger ale, which is
we're gonna save that for Uppy's World.
Okay.
But listen, $3.3 million Xander won for winning the PGA Championship, and nobody loves golf than me. But I would say these boys should count their blessings how much they're making because I don't know, man. I love the Masters, but that PGA, no disrespect to Valhalla. I mean, it was good because there's so many guys in contention. But it wasn't a classic, in my opinion, Updog. But congrats to him. Last but not least, shout out to my nephew, Smith. He turned 4.
Happy birthday, Smith.
Yeah, on Memorial Day weekend. And the only reason I'm bringing this up to you, Updog, is because I was sitting there thinking, what a great weekend to have your birthday. As this kid gets older, long weekend, kicks off summer, it's your birthday. This guy's going to have 3 or 4 day weekend birthdays his whole life. Smitty, I'm telling you, buddy.
You're kind of like his uncle. It reminds me of somebody. Fucking early August.
August, yeah.
Always got to be, what are we doing for Oves' birthday? Boys, we got to do something. It's August long weekend. I'm like, fuck. Lopes, what do you get to do for your birthday? He's like, training camp. I'm like, yeah, me too. It's usually like first or second game of our career or the start of school back when we were kids.
Yeah, that sucks.
October, brutal birthday months. Unless it falls on Halloween. But August, perfect. Labor Day, great.
Yeah.
Right?
May 2-4, though. What a weekend.
It's a great weekend.
I think if I could pick, that might be the one I would have picked. Just to kick off the summer. Back home, everyone heads to the lake. You're like, let's go. It's Smitty's birthday.
Totally.
Chicks are ready to rock.
Yeah.
Shades flying.
Yeah, bikini weather comes out.
Yeah. It's nice, right?
You're still in school, though, a bit, right?
Are they still in school?
Yeah, I think you're in school till June, right?
That seems like a lot.
Not that he'll be going. He'll be skipping class when he's fucking 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I know him all too well, like his uncle.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be Scholastic Player of the
Beauty.
He's not going to be Scholastic Player of the Year, that's for sure. But Smitty, happy birthday, and everyone back home. I hope you enjoyed the long weekend. We'll be right back here at Missin Curfew. Welcome back, Uppy's World. Party time, Club Championship. Woo!
Get my glasses on, Kits Eyewear. How are you?
Oh, look at my phone. Just picked all that up.
That's good.
Updog. What?
Buddy.
I saw the final statistics there. Trying to play hard, bud.
Thanks,
79, 75, 79. And I guarantee that in that group, you drank more than anyone. Guarantee.
I drank more than anyone. I probably smoked 10 stogies in the 3 rounds. They were tasty. Thanks to our boy Kiko. Listen, it was a great weekend. There was only, there was 5 of us competing for a club championship. It was actually the one that you could get. This year was the one that you could get. And Obes, I didn't start off great. I fucking Friday, buddy, I felt so good going in, but I worked on the kinks that we had at the Cravens.
Fuck, do we have some kinks?
I started off water ball on 1, water ball on 2, water ball on 4, and then I lost 2 balls on 10 the day I shot 79. So I had basically 7 penalty strokes.
You still shot 79.
79 with 7 penalty strokes. And then 75 with I still miss, buddy, putting everything out to everyone out there.
Sucks.
Like I couldn't scrape the 6-inch. I missed 2 or 3 of them, 6-inch.
Especially because you don't mind scraping 5-footers when it's normal. Eh?
Yeah, well, if we're playing in a game, fuck, is that good? Yeah, that's good. Huh?
Yeah, no, I know.
It's fucking not perfect.
No, it sucks, man. It just grinds on you mentally, too. Grinds on you, right? You're like, I like to putt that again.
That's why I like to play indies. So you can't, because the guys no one scrapes more putts than TD, by the way.
That's why I don't play indies, because first of all, I'm not good enough. I'm usually end up losing them all. But second of all, then you don't know what putt's good, right? Because, that's good. Oh, no, Uppy's got an indie with TD. You're like, well, fuck. Okay, never mind. That's not good. Indies, in my opinion, fuck up the flow of the team game, but.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it is what it is.
It puts everything on, dial it in. But by the way,
dial it in.
You learn so much from golfing in tournaments like this.
Shitty.
No, you just learn so much about the game and pressure shots and how to think, and you got to be on the whole time. And that's ultimately why I like gambling so much on the golf course. It's just because you're kind of in control of fuck, this is either going to cost me a lot of money, or if I make a great shot here, I'm going to make money. My partner's going to make money, but I need the pressure. I miss, you miss pressure too, and making plays and blocking a shot and fucking scoring.
I didn't block many shots.
No, but
stick on puck up.
What do we got anymore? It's fucking, hopefully our girls listen to this.
Gambling.
Hopefully our girl, but we're not in control of those moments when the fucking Whalers got to,
what? Yeah.
When the Whalers got to get the puck out and go score.
One thing I will say about gambling is I get now why coaches, back in the day, remember a coach would be losing his mind and you're winning. You're like, what's this guy fucking settle down, right? Settle down, AV. We're fine.
Habits.
But you can feel it as the momentum goes on. Yeah. In that game 6, Hurricanes Rangers, after that second goal, I felt it. The Colorado Stars game, even though everyone was losing their mind over the goaltender interference call, I'm like, there's no way Colorado's win this game. There's no fucking way. You could just feel the momentum coming. It's just
yeah, so that's a
the Avs didn't even have a look in OT.
I know.
Not even a look. They were done.
But momentum's a real thing. But
big time. That's
getting back to it. Shout out to Will Tipton.
Tippy.
I think this is his 6th club championship.
All I got to say to Tippy is the veteran.
I mean, what is he? How old's Tip? Is he?
Tippy's probably 54, 55, something like that. Great shape.
He's got 6 or 7 fucking championships under his belt now. Well deserved.
Yeah, that might have been his Jack Nicklaus from '86. That might have been Tippy's last one.
Than most.
Might have been Tippy's last one. But
he was better than all of us.
Oh,
he deserves it.
I mean, listen, he played collegiate golf at USC. I mean, listen, he goes out and shoots 66 at Big Canyon with the biggest chew-in you could ever see. I mean, Will Tipton's awesome. I mean, his swing is so perfect,
so good. Yes, and then one thing that our listeners, Will Tipton, that he's remembered for around Big Canyon. He was just our president, and on the 13th tee, he had a dug-in. a sprinkler thing that you pull out, and the ice cold tequila bottles in there every Friday. You go up, have a shot. Well, we did
The Herradura.
We did a shot every round. Every round. I did two, actually.
No, not you.
I did 2 on the last day.
No, I don't believe.
And then I went bogey, bogey, bogey.
What?
Yes, it wasn't.
That's not like you.
But it was a great. Weekend at Club Championship. Yeah. So
I will say this. Congrats to Tip. And I was like, this is typical Upshaw. Like we won't qualify for the Cravens, and then if this guy comes back and wins the Club Championship,
yeah, right.
I'm like, God, you can rip me for the rest of your life. You can be like, fuck, Obes, that was all your fault. The Cravens. I won the Club
Lost
Championship.
by 9 shots.
Hey, at least you're competing, buddy.
Yeah,
How'd the body feel? All right.
It felt great.
Wow, that's
I
impressive.
did some yoga in between. I was feeling good.
Up dog, it's a Missin Curfew. Dog of the week, fella. Mason Marchment.
Yeah.
A kid that I've absolutely loved. His dad, we lost Mush probably a couple of years ago now, and I got to know him just from, he was in Peterborough, and I used to come to Peterborough in the summers and train and play golf, and his old man was an absolute beauty.
Tough.
Shout out to Kyle Campbell, who was good buddies with Mush. But listen, I love this kid's game. He was at the front of the net for the winner. Fucking Josh Manson down on his face, swimming. I was like, oh, Manny. But Manny played great in Game 6.
Yeah.
But without Mason Marchment in front of the net, causing havoc, kicks it over to Duchesne. Dutchie puts the post in. This guy's going to be huge for the Dallas Stars moving forward. He's a playoff guy, up dog. He's a Missin Curfew dog of the week, fella.
Yeah, absolutely. And then moving on to the Vancouver Canucks, Phil DeSheppi tied the game for the Canucks late in Game 5 after his son was born. As a father and watching my girl go through 2 pregnancies, it is not easy. Women, what you do for the family is uncomprehendable. And I guess it was a tough pregnancy. You could see it in his emotions in the after, in the TNT interview after. But just shout out to this kid. He was an absolute dog for the Canucks.
Yeah. They missed him. They missed him in Game 3 and 4. They missed him. I remember, watching Game 3 and 4. What are they missing? I went to the lineup. I'm like, oh, fucking DeSheppi's not playing. Listen, this kid played unbelievable. I think he's more than a fourth liner. Fuck, he had a glorious chance. He had a glorious chance in Game 7 where he ripped it over the net, though, and he did look like a fourth liner there. I'm like, most guys would just rip that home. Yeah. That's something I would have done. But I love this kid's game. I think you're going to see him work his way up the lineup, up dog, and I know they're done, but without him, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. So, fella, you're the Missin Curfew dog of the week. Up dog, my man. Get this guy a beer.
Presented by Labatt Blue Light, fellas, the pristine Pilsner. Enjoy your beers together so you can live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer. USA. Labatt, USA. Buffalo, New York.
I tell you what, there's probably a lot of Labatt Blues taken down last weekend on the lake. Hey, back home, boys are just crushing the Labatt Blues here.
It's lake time now, right?
It is lake time. I will be on the lake.
The Leafs are all fucking done. Canucks are done, so all the BC boys will be out on the lake now.
It's lake time. Jays suck. Jays stink, but it's lake time. I can't wait. In mid-July, I'll be on the lake. Oh, I can't wait up, dog. I love it there. I love it. I don't check my emails at the lake. Listen, get this guy, Labatt Blue, Chris Kreider.
Wow, fella.
Speaking of another guy, I'd like to maybe cross-check and be this guy. I'd like to give him one right in the ribs. But, dude, what he did in that third period, hat trick for the Rangers. Only other guys to do it are 2 pretty good players in Mess and Gretz. I think that game there, I think you're going to see Chris Kreider's jersey hanging in the rafters now because of that game.
At least.
Yeah, that game, though. That game put him as an elite Ranger because they were dead in the water. We all know that the second goal was kind of a stinker by Freddie. But anyways, this guy took the game over. And Updog, you want to talk about momentum. He started bringing the momentum for the Rangers, and the Canes could not slow him down. So, Chris Kreider, I'm sure you've been enjoying yourself here in between series. Get yourself Labatt Blue, fella.
Anton Lundell, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points in 11 games. Scored a big goal in Boston, put him away. Listen, this guy is an absolute beast. Obes, I told you earlier on, I think in this playoffs, that this guy's a horse. I love him. And the Panthers, wow, keep her going. Did they already give out Barkov second?
He won her. Hey, this kid's a player. Listen,
he's a beast.
Anton Lundell, kid's a player. Kid's a player. He's RFA.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a nice little bump up in pay. But this kid, listen, I got all my eggs left in one basket. Chucky, Monty kid, I need you boys to win the Eastern Conference Final, and I need you to win the Stanley Cup for you to make some serious cheddar on this little fucking playoff run I'm on.
Yeah.
But listen, Anton Lundell is a big reason they're going to, him and that, what's the other guy, Listerinen? Both of these Finnish guys are nasty, but this kid Get him a Labatt Blue up dog. Anton Liddell is massive. And then Barkey, it seems like every week we're giving him. But yeah, he won his second Selke. Yeah. I want to say this, and I'm not going to take credit for it because I heard somebody say it on either ESPN or TNT. But Sidney Crosby should have probably been a nominee for the Selke. I love Austin Matthews, and I do love Austin Matthews' 200-foot game. But what Sidney Crosby did this year and the way he plays, and when he's voted by the players as the best 200-foot guy, you got to put him in there for a Selke. And I don't think Sid's ever won a Selke or even been up for one. But the way he plays 200-foot game, he could be in there up dog.
I agree.
But Barkey, congratulations, fella. Man, listen, Barkov too. This guy's so nasty, man. When he stick handles,
I know
he's got it. Sauce. I mean, it's so.
There's a lot of great players in the NHL who played alongside him and against him now, who arguably say he's one of the best in the world. And that's, there's a lot of great hockey players, as we know. And he just gets a little overlooked now. He's the big fucking Russian Finn that's down in South Florida. You don't get to see him a lot. Now you do.
Yeah, he's like a finished soldier.
Yeah, he is.
And he just comes to work ready to rock. But man, listen, 6 style Barkey too. Like just big length. Man, get that guy Labatt Blue. One of my former teammates, Matt Duchesne, Dutchy fella. Listen, I like Matt Duchesne. He's a nice guy. I played with him when he was a kid. I'm sure he's matured into he had a pretty good TNT interview there.
Great interview.
Colin.
Yeah, it was just from the heart.
I said if you put Hank and Biz together, they look like Ron Burgundy. I thought that was pretty good. But Dutchy, good on you, fella. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Game 6, OT winner. I do think he stole Patty Kane's celebration. And for a guy that's seen that up firsthand, I didn't really want to see it again. But it did kind of look like the Patty Kane.
Yeah, he broke
like
Colorado's
heart.
Yeah.
I guess that's a tribute to Patty. But Dutchy, come on, man. Get your own celly. But listen, good on you, Dutchy. He's playing great. And, obviously got bought out by Nashville. Went to Dallas on a nice little hometown or team deal for the Dallas Stars. Something to prove. Dutchy, let's see how you do in the conference finals, but get yourself a Labatt Blue, fella.
Where do we even begin here?
Here, you want to talk? We should have Lupo on here for this one. Lupo,
I'll tell you what.
Lupo sucked this guy off, I think, right
Do you
now.
Want to go him, and I'll go the kid below who I already sucked off earlier?
No, I want to give some love. I'll go. You go.
Okay, listen. This guy is proving that he is above and beyond a offensive power juggernaut. Evan Bouchard, 20 points now through 2 rounds. He's got 5 goals and 15 assists in 12 playoff games. The Edmonton Oilers now have 3 20-point guys through 2 rounds. The first time this has ever happened in the NHL, folks. Listen, his shot, the Bouchard, the bomb.
The Bouch bomb, they call
it. It's lethal. It's fucking labeled.
It is.
Yes, he makes some mistakes back there. Yes, sometimes he looks like he's fucking half.
You can live with the mistakes.
Like defensive stoned. He looks like he ate weed gummies back there sometimes. But
you can live with the mistakes he's going to make.
Yes.
That's this many points.
I mean, Loops thinks he's going to get paid $14-15 million next deal.
Speaking of weed gummies.
But he's up there. I mean, listen, yes, the power play's the best thing that's ever been put on ice. But, without a guy that is a threat to shoot like that, and a guy that just makes the right pass at the right time. This Bouchard he's got the tools, man. He's got the tools. So, goddamn, get this guy a beer, Evan Bouchard. Keep her going. I need you to keep going. I'm going to take Edmonton next round, so let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah, he's proven me wrong, this motherfucker. He's proven me wrong. Where is this guy? Evan Bouchard. Wow, he's on RFA. He's making $3.9 million. Loop 6, he's going to get how much?
14.
Well, then what are they going to do with Nurse at 9.25 till? But listen, Bouchard's proven me wrong. He's been fine defensively. I mean, he turned the pizza over to somebody in Game 5.
That's okay.
Giuseppe, I think.
Yeah,
put it back in. But when you have 20 points, 5 goals, and 12 playoff games, I mean, listen. It's crazy.
It's insane, yeah.
He's proven me wrong. I want to give some love to Darnell Nurse and Big Darnay, Big 73. I love this kid, big old 73 out there. Listen, I'm as hard on Darnell Nurse as anyone.
Me too.
Knobloch, and you're welcome that I told
all
you.
Coffee.
You're welcome that I told you to split up Nurse and CC. You're welcome. But once they did that, changed the whole dynamic of the series, changed the whole dynamic, and give some love, by the way, to Brett Kulak. This kid's a fucking player, by the way. He doesn't get enough love. He's been unbelievable, steady, can skate, good player. But Nurse and Darnay on the PK. If the Oilers continue to kill penalties like they did against the Vancouver Canucks, it could be the difference. We talk about the Oilers' power play. I'm talking about their PK. These guys are pressuring at the right time. One guy goes, they both go, which as defenseman is perfect. I go, you come with me, boom, clear it. So Nurse, Darnay, get yourself a bat blue. That PK up dog is fucking rolling.
Rolling.
So he's making 9.25.
And then I just mentioned earlier, but Connor Garland, get yourself a beer, enjoy the off season. You're gonna be good to go. You had a great playoffs. Like I said earlier, you're the best player I thought for the Canucks down the stretch, and well done, kid.
Yeah, get out and enjoy the city now. People there are gonna love you. You want
to take the neck guard off.
Go to Kitts Beach and get drunk at local and just enjoy yourself, fella. Yeah, he's wore that neck guard forever, I guess. Even before the incident that happened to the kid in Britain, I guess this guy's always wore a neck guard. So I don't think it looks great, but safety first, I guess. Up dog, it's milk carton time here at Missin Curfew. Listen, I got to go back to Game 5, and I'm just asking a question here because I don't really know the rules, but Elias Pettersson got a charging penalty standing still because he jumped up at a guy. Is that actually a penalty? Or I don't know.
No, I think Fogle was skating so fast, and the ref on the other side of Pettersson was like, what the hell just happened? The crowd reacted to it. They were on the power play. And I think the game was just kind of going back and forth with like some weird calls. And the refs were probably like, I just want to keep this thing even. And that was why. It was it was human error. I think if the ref looks back, it's probably not a penalty. I'd say if anything, you just can't leave your feet. I think anytime you leave your feet on the ice, it's a danger to other players around, right? You never want to be jumping with fucking skate blades on and whatnot. That's why you're not allowed to kick the puck in the net. That's why you're not allowed to fucking kick anyone. I'd say jumping is kind of the same thing. But I'd say that's just human error. It didn't cost them anything. They won Game 5, so, thankfully it's not a game that falls on a bad call. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just saw it and I was like,
it was embarrassing.
Standing still, but that's not a penalty.
It gives us something to talk about.
I got to ask you. I'm talking about that. By the way, Bouchard's got 1 year left at 3.9. Then he's an RFA. Shitty timing because, Draisaitl's gone. I don't know. Well, we'll see how they,
what keeps Draisaitl there? A cup?
Nothing.
A cup.
Either way, he's gone. I was trying to just be like positive.
That's kind of what I think too.
I think if they win one, either way, I think he's gone. But milk carton, I'm going to put Philip Hronek on the milk carton. 2 points, -3 in 13 playoff games. When you get the opportunity to play with Quinn Hughes, listen, I'm not saying he was awful and that's why the Canucks lost, but he wasn't good enough. I mean, he's RFA. Whatever he turned down earlier in the season, I think he may regret that because I thought as the season went on and as playoffs came, he was worse. So Philip Hronek, fella, I think you should have taken whatever offer they gave you at the earlier of the year when you were lighting it up. But I'm putting you on the milk carton. You were supposed to be the number 2 D-man and up dog. 2 points, -3. Those are O'Brien stats. You're on the milk carton, fella.
Oh, my boy. Walter Fromey Jr. the 4th. Boys, listeners out there, I feel bad for my boy here. So, Obi, we're club championship. We're going to rewind and talk about a little bit about my club championship experience. I played with this Fromey Jr. He was now 27, 28 years old, went to Alabama, graduated, come back here. He's got a good job working for his old man. His golf game's good. He's the best putter at our club. He was up 5 shots after the first round, 5 or 6 shots. He shoots 74. He shoots 70, then 74. He's got a 5-shot lead going into the last day. And he just blew up.
He did it.
He had his younger brother, Sean.
Sean, great kid.
They're both great with kids. Sean. And then Fromey Sr. came out to watch. The family was out there, mom, wife, whole nine. And he went ice cold. And I went up to him at one point. I'm like, did you learn anything here today out of this? And he's like, huh? I'm like, maybe don't drive to Palm Springs Saturday night when you got a 5-shot lead to go to your little housewarming party that, they just finished a beautiful house in the desert. And after the round Saturday, he felt that confident that he's like, fuck, I'm going to go out and drive 2 hours and come back.
So the golf gods got him.
The golf gods got him.
I'll tell you what.
He did come up to the first tee playing fucking 50 Cent, which the first tee on Sunday was
the club or what?
Oh, it was.
What's that 50 Cent
it was
song?
Basically it was the song that like the memes were going around about Scotty Scheffler. Like,
yeah.
What was it? It's like
there's so many of them,
buddy. It was kind of all time. I'm like Panger's there, Head Pro, and everything. I'm looking, And Dana, our caddy, was like, "Is he fucking blasting 50 Cent right now coming to the first tee?" I'm like, "He is."
Did you have Dana all?
Yeah, I took Dana Saturday, Sunday. I didn't have him Friday.
Fuck, he's seen a lot of your shots.
Yeah, thanks,
Dude,
Dana.
I'll tell you what. I played Sunday. We had like a 9:45 a.m. tee time, which, by the way, I'm starting to put it together a Sunday group at that time if you're interested. Nice time to play. And I saw Walter throw me the fourth in there having a fucking little breakfast burrito. He seemed calm. He seemed chill. I was like, fella, good luck. He seemed like he was. But then you get out there, eh? And it's going to be nerve-wracking.
He had her going until, hole 8, which is 17. He chunked a chip, and then he flew one over the bunker, and then he three-whacked. He made double, and then it just, the rain.
And then you end up on the milk.
So
you end up on the milk carton.
You're on the milk carton, fella. Go get him next year. Yeah. I'm proud of you. You fucking played great. You didn't miss a shot for how many holes? Fucker, 46 holes, buddy. You never missed a shot.
Yeah, he'll win. He'll win.
Good on you, pal.
The way he putts, he'll win one eventually.
Yeah.
So do you have to drive out there because his wife made him or what?
No, I think he just didn't want to miss out.
I'm blaming his wife.
No, I think.
No, I'm blaming the wife.
I'm
blaming the wife. I'm guaranteeing she's like, you got to drive out here. We're having a housewarming party. So he's like, fuck it, I'll go drive out and I'll drive all the way back.
I don't know. I think maybe Sean might have had a couple babes there, and he's like, I got to get out there.
I mean, that's a different situation. That's a completely different
That's
situation.
That's why I'm like, hey, did you learn something here? Like, I played a lot of pro hockey out here. Sometimes you got to go to bed.
Oh, yeah, you're one.
Sometimes you got to fucking understand Game 7's tomorrow. But
you would have been in you would have drove out to Palm Springs, stayed there, and drove back and for morning ski.
I would have missed the fucking round is what I would have done.
Up dog, Adidas Tea Time, fella.
Presented by Adidas Golf. Made for wherever you play, fellas.
Tell you what, our friends at Adidas sent me a couple of those nice little colorless shirts.
Sunday.
Telling you what.
Look good.
Comfy, man. Comfy shirts, boys. And for you big boys out there like myself, very, little room to maneuver. But I would suggest buying them. They're really, really comfy up, dog. Let's go to the Vancouver Canucks. Obviously a great run. You saw Rick talk it. Talk said, the players should be proud. They put Vancouver back on the map. Brought some pride back to the city. I couldn't agree more. I think it was a hell of a run. I think Rick Tocchet should win the Jack Adams for Coach of the Year.
Yep.
I think they got great pieces. You look here, at what guys on the back end. They got Hughes signed, Carson Soucy signed, and then the young kid Noah Juleson. But other than that, Hronik's an RFA, Cole UFA, Myers UFA, the big Russian UFA, which I think is fine. I think this opens up an opportunity for Rutherford and the management staff and everyone to really look at this back end and see, what guys they want to keep. I think they're going to let Myers go. I think they may bring Big Z back if they can afford him. Ian Cole, I think maybe time for him to move on as well. But up front, they got pieces, man. They got all their guys signed. Besides Teddy Bluger, Dakota Joshua is a guy I think they should get signed.
Yeah, they should.
Lafferty,
he's due
and
for a raise.
Lindholm's a UFA, which I think they'll let him go on because he's looking for a big ticket. But I guess where I'm going with this up, dog, is readjust that back end. I like the size they have. Maybe bring in one more puck-moving D-man that can help Quinn Hughes out a little bit, but don't lose that size you do have back there. But they'll be back, my man. With Thatcher Demko between the pipes, JT Miller up front, Pettersson learned from this. But I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to be a good team for the foreseeable future up.
A huge step. I mean, they won their division. They go to the second round. They make it to Game 7. Arguably could still be playing tomorrow, right? In this landscape. But you got to look back. You got to just say, like, take this experience for what it is. We got a good young team. We got good young pieces that are here for a long time. I do back you up in saying Dakota Joshua deserves a raise and that he should stick around. He was a heart and soul guy who stepped up in big moments. Mikheyev, will he go 60 games again without scoring a goal? Yeah. No, because that's a big difference. If he steps up and he becomes they paid him, $4.75 million?
Yeah, that's the Olds management. That was Jim Benning gave him that.
Yes, Jim Benning signed him before he got you. And then, you know what?
And Jim Benning, staying on that, drafted Paul Kozin in the first round. And I remember texting Greener being like, you took a Russian in the first round, eh? That's what you guys wanted to go with, a Russian? And listen, this kid, I think at best, he's going to be a third liner at best. I think he's I'll be honest, he's shit. And they missed with that one. But I think they got some good pieces. Connor Garland, obviously, like you said, has been unbelievable. And the experience that they're going to get from this run-up, dog, is going to help them so much come next year. You know what I mean? But I do think they need to add another kind of firepower winger up front, I would say, right? To me, Niels Höglander's played unbelievable, but to me, if they can go out there and get like a gritty kind of winger that can help out with some size on the walls, I think besides Joshua, other than that, they're a little undersized on the walls. Try to go out there and get a big forward. I know they don't grow on trees, but listen, as a former Canuck, man, they made me so proud. Rick Tocchet, Adam Foote, you guys, unbelievable. They will be back up, dog. But right now, they're looking for a tea time at. They want to play Shaughnessy.
Yeah, Shaughnessy.
They want to play Cap, or where did you play? Point Grey?
Yeah, Point Grey.
They're looking
I
for
get
a
out
tea
to
time.
Cap, though, boys, or maybe just drive up to Whistler, go to Kelowna for the weekend. You're talking about lake life. Just get away for a bit.
I'd be right in Yaletown for the next
I'd fly right to
7 days
Vegas
straight.
and play Summit and then just hit fucking
No, you'd stay.
Tau.
No, you would have stayed in Vancouver for a few days. Trust me. It was the end of the season was nice.
Yeah,
nice. Up dog, my man. It's the Jägermeister. Jägermeister iciest shot of the night, fella. Presented by Jägermeister. Best served at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn, that's cold. Check Jägermeister out at www.DraftKingsXJägermeister.com, fella.
That's
here.
cold.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers,
That
fella.
was a good battle. It was a good battle.
Cheers, bud.
Game 7.
Damn, that's cold.
Damn, that's cold.
Nice.
Smooth, baby. Smooth. By the way, we're up in Vancouver. There was just beauties just sliding these over.
Jaggers. Fuck,
Just
I must have
going,
done.
Damn, that's cold, fellas?
At Greta there, I must have done 10 Jager shots.
I know.
I'm not lying to you. Just hammering them, too.
The Jägermeister was flowing.
I left that bar pinned. I'm like, fuck, how am I going to make it through this game? And then I heard rumblings that they're going to throw me on the Jumbotron. I'm like, I got to hang in here just at least to the second
I
period.
think they had that little cooler, that nice little cooler they sent us there. I think they had that there because those shots came out just nice and icy.
Damn, that's cold. Up, dog. We got 2 Jager iciest shots of the night, fella. You go first.
Oh, my boy Cody Ceci. You're saying it kind of went off a shin pad. I think it did hit something.
Thought it hit a pant.
It hit something, maybe a pant, but you know what? Off the draw, he gets open, goes to that far side, opens up, gets a puck. Cody Ceci just rips one. Huge goal in Game 7. Only D-man for the Oilers to ever get 2 goals in a Game 7. That's quite impressive when you look back and all the stars that have flown through there, the Paul Coffeys of the world, the Charlie Huddies, and the Kevin Lowe's.
I mean, I'll give you a cough, but Charlie Huddy.
Kevin Lowe.
I'm not surprised Charlie Huddy.
Steve Smith.
I'm not surprised Charlie Huddy didn't score 2.
Yeah, but listen,
respect, Charlie.
huge goal. That's my Jager iciest shot of the night. Cody Ceci, fella, how are you? Bring it on. We're going Game 1, baby. Let's go.
5 years for Rod the Bod. I don't know. What's Rod the Bod going to make? $5 million a year? More than that? I don't even know. Tell us how much.
Probably $6 million a year. Maybe a membership somewhere nice, new house, maybe a new truck, a truck deal. They got Ford. You get the Ford Lightning.
They should have to fucking tell us how much he's making. No, you can't keep this a secret. It's 2024.
Yeah,
nothing's a secret.
Yeah, the tax man's going to come grab you if you.
I don't get why they haven't told us. But listen, I think it's great
What
for
a
Rod.
record he's got.
I think it's great for Rod the Bod.
Yeah,
I think they had no choice but to re-sign him. Listen, we'll get to Carolina maybe next week on Tea Times. They got so many UFAs and so many RFAs. Our boy Jordan Martinuk's going to get paid. It's kind of teams have windows, right? Ups, and it seemed to me when they lost that game that they got a good core foundation there, but let's see what they do and turn this over. But Rod's the guy. I think this year really hurts them, man. I thought this was their year to go all the way if they were going to do it, but hey, 5 more years of Rod.
Yeah.
This is the guy. But like you said, sick record.
I'm actually shocked. I'm shocked that they kept him.
You are,
I am. I'm like, great year, but can you get to the dance? Like,
it's not his fault they can't fucking score.
I know, but
they missed so many chances. And then listen, I got 13 career goals, but I'm sitting on my couch. I'm like, I could have maybe buried that one.
I understand he's a great guy, great coach. You probably want to fly through the wall for him, but he's been there for a long time, 6 years, and they make the playoffs every year. But at some point, like, would John Cooper been able to keep his job if he never took the team to the promised land within that period of time? Like,
yeah, I see where you're going.
He's
with
a
that.
great coach.
Well, he won a cup there as a player too, so
yeah,
he's a legend in those part. Yeah, so like for me, listen, I'm not putting on Rod the Bod. I thought they outplayed New York in every game of that series, and if their power play would have been better, their power play was horrendous. Their power play coach should get fired. I don't know who that is. That guy should get fired. But other than that, I think this is the right man for the job, up dog. And I think Rod the Bod is going to get them there. I think they will win a Stanley Cup as Rod Brindamore as a head coach. You heard it here first, fella.
Oh, well, they're going to have to because they're a great team and they've had a great run. But let's figure out a way to beat those fucking Blue Jackets because that's who, what do they call the Rangers? Blue Jackets, right?
Blue shirts.
The Blue Shirts.
Yeah.
The Blue Shirts. They own them in the playoffs. Got to find a way.
Your boy in Toronto, this is a great hiring.
This is great. Craig Berube named the Maple Leafs head coach this past week. Brad Treliving said the Leafs looked at about 9 different coaching options.
9.
I'm sure Rod Brindamore was maybe one behind the scenes. But listen, I think Berube is a guy that's he's going to demand that this team plays hard, that they play tough, that their best players become their most effective players. And that means playing defense, playing fucking offense, high octane. I mean, he got the best out of the St. Louis Blues for his tenure there. The guy was an ex-Maple Leaf. Fucking played with his heart on his sleeve. He's a no fucking bullshit guy, but he's hilarious. I love Chief. I think he's a great choice, and I think they did a great job here.
Yeah, Chief, congratulations. Does it say how much he's making?
Not yet, but I bet you he's making $5 million.
9 different coaches. That seems like a lot of coaches. I think this is a great hiring, and we're gonna get to the rumor mill here in a little bit about Mitch Marner, but Nylander, Matthews, these guys, Morgan Riley, I love. But here we go. Chief's not going to come in here and sugarcoat anything. It's going to be straightforward, direct. You know better than I do, but I think this is the perfect hire for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And like I said to you, I think they will win a Stanley Cup before Austin Matthews' contract expires. And this makes me believe even more. I love Craig Berube. I hope he brings Steve Ott in there with him. Maybe bring the Updog in. But I love this hiring, bro. I think this is great. I can't wait to see Chief with the media because he'll have that intimidation factor of when he looks at guys like, stupid question, I'll drag you outside, kick the shit out of you kind of look, right?
Yep.
And these guys in Toronto will be like, they're going to back off a bit. It's going to be good, and I think this is a great, great hire. So I'm happy for Craig Berube, bud.
Did I tell you on this podcast what I think it was Alex Steen one day to Vladimir Tarasenko? It wasn't too long after Chief took over as head coach. Vladdy kind of got in a fuck you match with him, and Steener looked at Vladdy like in between periods, is taping his stick, and he's like, who Chief is, right? And Vladdy's, he's all pissed off, and I'm like, Vladdy, let's take a moment and look at some of Chief's videos.
Yeah.
And then just
kick the shit right out.
Just figure out who we have now behind the bench, who the bench boss is, and who he is, how much respect he has from the ref, the other coach, the players who know who he is. Like, he's a guy that fucking played hard. He played over 1,000 games.
Yeah.
He's fucking, I don't know how many fights, 300 plus fights. I mean, the guy's a legend. He played the right way. Fucking good Alberta boy. And tough and hilarious, and I think he's done a great job on TNT when he was there, but he deserves to be behind the bench of a great team, and I think the Maple Leafs are very lucky to have him. It's a great hire.
It's a good hire for Ryan Reeves, too. Revo's got to be happy with that hire, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just because Chiefs old school, Revo's old school.
Yep.
Best of luck to all those guys. DraftKings Conference Final Preview, presented by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, Updog, we'll start out east, fella. We got the Florida Panthers versus the New York Rangers. Game 1 Wednesday night. Who you like? What are you looking forward to? Who you got, fella?
My man, Florida Panthers. I think this is 2 of the best teams in the East. If you look at the way both of these teams played in the regular season to now, both are on their game. Both best goalies in the basically in the playoffs so far. I'm taking the Florida Panthers, fella. I'm going to take them in 6 games. They are right now favored on DraftKings to win, which is kind of odd because they're starting on the road. They're even favored in Game 1, which I was shocked. But this is going to be a hell of a series, Obes. I hope we can get out there, whether it is in New York or it is Florida. 2 great cities. I'm pumped, fella. What are you thinking?
Love it. Yeah, they're minus 150 in the series on DraftKings. The Rangers have got no love all year when it comes to Vegas odds, by the way. I mean, they won the goddamn President's Trophy here, folks, and they've been underdogs the whole way. Like, if you've been betting Rangers puck line, you're making money. Like, they've been underdogs the entire series, except for against Washington. But I guess where I'm going, the Carolina series, they were underdogs the entire series. They're home dogs again. Updog, I'm with you. I got the Cats in 6. I'm looking for Matty Tkachuk to have a big series. This is what his quote was about MSG. It's playoff hockey in New York. It's a dream. MSG on the road is my favorite rink to play in just because of the history and everything that has to do with the city of New York. It's going to be such a great atmosphere. I mean, conference finals at MSG, that's just so cool. That's, to me, a guy that's just licking his chops to play. I think he has a big series, but I'm looking to other guys, too. I'm looking to guys like Nick Cousins, Ryan Lundberg, Sam Bennett. You got to continue to play the way he's playing. Evan Rodriguez, guys like that. And then on the back end, Eki, keep it simple, fella. Keep it simple. Cooley, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, play your game. But to me, it's going to be the grind guys of Cousin, Lomberg, Rodriguez, Bennett. Can we grind down these Rangers and fucking make it hard on them? Because if not, I don't know if they want to get into a track meet with the Breadman and Troach and Kreider and fucking Lafreniere. Listen, playoff hockey at MSG. I cannot wait for this series to start. Amazing. Panthers in 6. Matty Tkachuk to have a big series. You know, also I think has a big series, my boy Monty Kidd. I think he has a real big series on the back end.
Florida's built for playoffs, man. Paul Maurice, they built their team the right way.
You know, the thing that's got me excited about Florida, mainly because I got my cash on it, but, you know, think about it. They went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Think about the summer, the start of the season. You know, you get back in the playoffs. Now they're halfway home again. So to me, I'm going to put myself in that gesture. I'm like, fuck, boys, here we are again. We're 8 wins away. We're back to where we were last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that favors them so much when it comes to this conference finals and the Stanley Cup Finals. Out west here, it's the battle of the fucking oil rigs here, fella.
Yeah, it is.
It's the fucking oil
Alberta
rigs.
beef,
Energy.
gas, and oil. Who wants it? Let's go.
By the way, these beauty fans in Oilers throwing ribeyes on the ice. Fucking put that
Alberta beef,
buddy.
It's
Put that.
good.
I would not. With inflation nowadays, the last thing I would be doing is throwing a ribeye on the ice.
Those
I
Alberta,
love it.
They don't give a fuck up there. They don't care about fucking. We got to eat mosquito.
They don't care about a
powder and
$50 steak. Yeah,
No,
just toss it.
they got their beef.
Yeah,
They love it.
yeah,
and I love it
Hey,
too.
listen, Canadian dollar's not perfect, by the way.
No, I know.
We finally got paid. Shout out to our boy Travis, Laura, thank you. Diageo, All-Star Party, thank you. We finally got paid. Did the little exchange rate. Holy Christ, up dog. The Canadian dollar, you might as well just put it in the toilet and flush it.
Monopoly money.
Not perfect, fella.
Yeah,
not perfect.
60%.
It's shit. I don't know what it is. I'll just tell you it's shit. But listen, good old energy. It's the energy series here. Oil and energy, ribeyes. I think I know where you're going. Who do you like? Why?
Listen, I'm gonna ride this. I look back at hockey in Alberta, and when I was like, you know, a teenager and watching the Oilers playoffs, and you know, the Dougie Waits.
Shout out to Todd Marchant. Princey posted
Mike
today.
MC, Mike Comrie.
That Game 7 winner by Marchand. I remember watching that as a kid. I used to talk to him about it when I played with him with the Ducks. I'm like, Marshy, what a shot. What a goal.
What a goal. Game 7, right, against Dallas. Eddie Belfour, Mafachuk, Daryl Sador, fucking Brett Hall, Modano. I mean, it was just epic games back then. And I see this being a new kind of rivalry, and I hope it's everything that money can buy right now. These two teams, I think they hate each other, and I think we're going to see some great hockey. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to say the Edmonton Oilers win this one in 7 games.
Wow!
And it's going to be a battle of power play versus penalty kill, of goaltending, of toughness. I mean, I really like Dallas's team. I love Dallas's team. I wouldn't care if they are the ones that hold the Stanley Cup up. I think they got great guys, Jamie Benn, Segs. What Matt Duchene said about his team this past week, the coach. I think these guys are built for playoffs. But I'm a Canadian. I want the cup to be up in Canada. I'm cheering for McDavid. I'm cheering for Draisaitl. I want these boys to make it to the promised land. So I'm going for the Oilers, fella. And I know it's.
What'd you say? Oilers
in 7.
Oilers in 7. Listen, I would say this, by the way. Of any of these 4 teams left, I wouldn't be upset for any of them to win it. Yeah. Obviously, I want Florida for my boy Monty and Chucky and for my wallet. But Dallas for our boy Billy Quinn, that would be unbelievable. I was texting Billy last night. I said, Billy, I'm torn, fella. I got my money on Florida, but I want you to win the Stanley Cup. He's like, you got to – in typical, this is why Billy's a successful businessman. He said, you got to go – you got to cheer for your money, Hobbs. I said, that's why I love you, Billy, because, you know, it's a fucking investment, fella. But any of these 4 teams that win, nobody's won. I mean, 94 for the Rangers, 99 for the Stars. Panthers have never won one. Oilers haven't won one since what? 93 or something, or 89, or what the fuck did they win?
It's in the 80s, bud.
Yeah,
it's 89 maybe. We're gonna have fucking Graham Fuhr on this week to talk.
Furzy. Listen, I got the Dallas Stars in 6. I'd love to know what's going on with Rope Hintz. Rope, are you okay, fella? Because they need that guy.
Yeah.
Listen, the Oilers, the Stars' depth down the middle is so much better than the Oilers' depth, in my opinion, although they got McDavid and Draisaitl one too. But I think when you get down to the third and fourth lines, Seguin, Ben, Dadonov, their third line, I love that matchup against the Oilers' third line. I lick my chops on that one. And then the back end, Miro Heiskanen, Tanev has been, shout out to Brad Richardson. Richie's such a beauty. And he told me, how many teams love Chris Tanev. And I'm like, I know he blocks biscuits, but fuck, he's right, man. This guy is a player. He makes the good little plays. He can make a good outlet pass. He blocks everything. He's got a good stick. I think with him, Sutsy, Lindell, Harley, Alex Petrovic. Petro played pretty good.
I was so happy to see him in the lineup. I loved that kid when I played in Florida with him. I loved him.
He played good. And then my last determining factor, I'm going to hammer the Stars in the series, by the way. Ottinger against Skinner, I think that's a mismatch. I'm going to say the Stars in 6, and that's only because of Draisaitl and McDavid. I think it could go shorter, but I want to see some hockey. I'm going Stars in 6. Up dogs Oilers in 7.
It's basically a pick'em too. I think he's minus 130.
It is a pick'em. It is basically a pick'em.
Crazy,
buddy, crazy. But we're here at conference finals.
It's a good bet. That's a good bet for you. But I'm gonna fucking stick to my guns. And wow, could you imagine McDavid in the fucking Stanley Cup Finals? Do you imagine what kind of elevation he would play? Like, I'm just throwing it out there.
You think he's hurt?
I do.
He's going to have to be.
I don't know,
he's going to have to be better than he was against the Canucks for them to win.
He didn't. I mean,
he doesn't shoot the puck. He's got to be hurt, huh?
Must have something going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching him, and I'm just like he'll have and I'll listen to me to tell Connor McDavid anything about hockey, but I just watching it as a fan, he'll have an opportunity to shoot it, and he just dishes it. It's like his hand or something. I bet he's
got to be something.
Yeah.
Sore pinky. I don't know.
Great 2 barns, though. Edmonton's a great barn, obviously, with those beauties up in oil country. Dallas is a great barn. Good travel. Yeah. Not a long flight. Yeah. Good travel.
Fucking
boys will be buzzing. Can't wait to see it. Up dog, last but not least, it's the rumor mill. Our boy Broadway Jimmy Scoops, miss you fella. The rumor mill. The Predators have called about Mitch Marner. Credit Dave Pagnotta. This is exactly what will happen for Mitch Marner, right? He's going to get his way. Like, Nashville for him is the perfect spot.
Totally.
Right? Go down there, play on a line with Factor and Forsberg. Live in Nashville. No state tax. No media. You got good enough players around you that, once again, you're going to be right back in the dance. But it'll come down to him again come playoff time. But I heard, Marner for maybe their goaltender, Soros. I don't know. That's one rumor I heard.
Yeah. Well, moving McDonough.
McDonough was a cap move for sure. Something's going on.
Yeah, I saw that this morning driving in.
That's a cap move.
That's something. McDonough's a great
because they didn't want to trade Ryan McDonough.
He's still playing. It's wild.
Coop. I remember when Coop when they lost McDonough, he was like, "Fucking, that sucks that we got to get rid of him." So Coop's probably fired up right now, up in Gaza, smoking a cigar, being like, "I got McDonough back."
I got to share this with Princey, but because there was a matrix. If anyone watching Game 7 last night, the 2 Vancouver Canucks, D-man and forward, both did the same thing, and it was kind of like it would look like a glitch in the matrix. At least that's what we posted. I have a photo, me and McDonough skating up MSG. I got the puck on my stick, and he's chasing me, and our feet and our stick and our elbows, we all move at the. I'm going to share it with Prince.
Your feet weren't moving quicker than McDonough's?
No, I fucking blew past them.
Yeah. That's a foot race. I think you would fucking win easily.
If you look at the photo, it's fucking pretty wild. I'm going to share it with Prince. You can share it with the world.
Listen, I think if, I heard some rumblings out of Nashville too from a couple sources in Nashville that said big things are coming. Trotzy wants to make a big splash. This would be a fucking splash. Bring in Mitch Marner. Totally. I think that's a great fit. And then there's rumor that Brett Pesce from the Carolina Hurricanes, which, by the way, I think the Hurricanes are still playing. If this guy doesn't get hurt, no disrespect to Chatfield, but he was in one the entire playoffs. I'm watching this guy. This guy's in one. Brett Pesce to the Maple Leafs would be a great, great fit. I've been saying it for fucking years on this podcast. They need a right-handed D-man to play with Morgan Riley. Lubushkin did a decent job, but this guy would fit in unbelievable for them. So, Brad, I hope that works out for you. Marner to the Preds, though, man. That'd be a juicy little
splash. Our boy Dave Pagnotta.
Dave Pagnotta
knows what he's talking about.
Updog, you know what you're talking about, fella. Updog, Morgan Kyle, HallPass Media, thank you very much. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.